Yo, welcome back to the channel. Steuben here, and today I'm bringing you the last fun deck from the Pokemon Go set here for the trading card game before we start kicking it into high gear into the Lost Origin format with some proxied out decks and early lists to help you guys get a edge ahead of everybody else. But before we get started with this Centiskorch Charizard deck, don't forget to leave a like, comment, and subscribe to the channel for more TCG content and some variety stuff like the snack review I did last week. Put the link up in the iCard. Go check that out. Hit it up with a like, and let me know what you think of the snacks that were reviewed in question. But yeah, today we are taking a look at Centiskorch VMAX with the Charizard from Pokemon Go. So we'll start off with the Centiskorch. We're playing a 2-2 line here. We have the V. Nothing crazy to note, 210 HP. The second attack we're never going to do, but Radiating Heat can come up often for one fire. It does 20, and you can discard energy attached to this Pokemon and discard one of their energies. Say, for example, you're playing against like Mew VMAX, whatever. They have a Fusion Strike energy attached. You can just discard that and kind of like hamper their damage output. Kind of cool. And then we've got 2 copies of the VMAX, 320 HP with Gmax. Centinferno for 2 colorless. It does 40 plus, 40 more damage for every fire energy on here. So if you have 4 energy on here, you're hitting for 200, so on and so forth. 5 to 40, 6 to 80 is the magic number. And if you do damage with this attack, you can attach an energy from the discard pile to this Pokemon, so it just helps you ramp up sooner. Continuing on, we are playing the new Charizard from Pokemon Go. I don't have a second one, so just this Charmeleon is going to be a proxy for now. Didn't show up in time for the recording of the video. The Charmander isn't anything crazy to note. 60 HP, tail on fire for 10. Search your deck for a fire energy attached to this Pokemon, then shuffle your deck. Never really going to do that. And then, yeah, we've got the Charizard here. So we're playing a 2-0-2 line, and this has the Burn Brightly ability. Every basic fire energy attached to your Pokemon counts as 2. You can only have one of these abilities count, so it doesn't stack up. So if you have 2 Charizard in play, you're not, every energy isn't, even more. So keep that in mind. And then we've got Flare Blitz for 4. In this case, if this ability is in effect, it only needs 2 energy to do 170 damage. You put a belt on that, hitting for 200. Continuing on, we've got the Radiant Charizard, and this could be a Greninja if you really want to. If you want to keep this deck relatively budget, you could just swap this out for the Greninja. But it's got the ability Excited Heart. For every prize card your opponent's taken, its attacks cost colorless less. So if they've taken, 3 prize cards and you have Burn Brightly in play, you only need 1 energy attached to just swing for 250 since it'll count as 2 fire. So they knock out a Centiskorch VMAX. You can just put this into play as long as that Charizard is there to partner up with it, and you can just do a lot of damage super early and aggressively. Continuing on, for more attackers, we are playing an Entei V. This is probably on the chopping block. It's got 230 HP, and it does have a thick 3 retreat cost, just like both of these Charizards, as well as the Centiskorch. So kind of brutal there, but you do have fleet-footed, just like Entei and, Raikou and Suicune, the draw card ones in the active spot, and then Burning Rondo, 20 plus, 20 more for every bench Pokemon on both sides. So just a nice, easy attacker. And if you're in a situation where Zard is up, this only needs 1 energy to attack, and can definitely put a lot of pressure on your opponent. The last attacker in the deck is going to be Weirdier V here, from Astral Radiance as well. The ability Frontier Road. When it moves from the bench to the active, you can move as many energy as you would like to it to this Pokemon. So it's pretty cool there. So you can just move it up to the active and take all your energy from like a damaged Centiskorch or wherever else you've been attaching it, and just go in nuts with Psy Shield Bash. It is 40 times the amount of energy attached to this thing. So if there's like 5 energy attached, you're doing 200. If you have Burn Brightly in play, 5 energy is 400, so on and so forth. So this just scales up pretty fast and kind of can come out of nowhere and just catch your opponent off guard and swing your prize trade. Then we are rocking a copy of Lumineon V for Luminous Sun. When you bench this, you search for a supporter. And the last Pokemon is a Crobat V for Dark Asset. Draw your hand up to 6 when you bench it. Pretty straightforward. Into the supporters, that we are rocking 2 copies of Research. Discard your hand and draw 7. We've got Marnie for that hand shuffle disruption for your opponent. They go down to 4. You get 5 off the top. We are playing 2 copies of Boss for your gusting, your aggressive KOs. And then we get into the weird ones. We are playing 1 copy of Rose to accelerate energy from the discard pile onto Centiskorch VMAX. So you discard your hand, unfortunately, but you do get 2 energy on there. And if you have the other Charizard in play, it's technically 4 energy, and you're hitting for 200 plus whatever you already might have had attached to it. Can definitely help you get there a lot faster. We are playing 1 copy of Skyla to help us find rare candy and whatever else we might need in certain situations. So it's very good to have this here. You could argue this could just be a Irida if you wanted to grab Lumineon, but I just, meh. In hindsight, this really should just be Irida to just grab Lumineon and whatever else, have a supporter for the next turn. So if you want to change that, you're more than welcome to. We do have Raihan for the comeback. Attach an energy from your discard pile to one of your Pokemon if one of your Pokemon were knocked out last turn. So this is also another damage accelerant, or, you know, could be how you attack with Entei if Charizard isn't in play, so on and so forth. Then search your deck for any card you need and put it in your hand. Pretty good there. Last supporter, we are playing 1 copy of Roxanne for that late game disruption. If they knock out a Centiskorch VMAX, they are already at 3 prizes, so this is technically live as soon as the first Centiskorch goes down. Both players shuffle their hands in. You get 6 cards, they get 2 cards, and this could definitely leave them hanging. For stadiums, we are playing 3 copies of Magma Basin. You can attach a fire energy from your discard pile to one of your fire Pokemon, and if you do, put 2 damage counters on it. And it has to be on the bench, so keep that in mind as well. For our items, for a staple quick ball, discard a card, search for a basic. We've got 4 copies of Ultra Ball, discard 2 cards, search your deck for any Pokemon. 2 copies of Evolution Incense to find Evolution Pokemon, and 1 copy of Hisuian Heavy Ball to grab a basic out of the prize cards. That's it for the Pokemon searching items, but we do have 3 copies of Rare Candy to help evolve Charmander into the Charizard to start using that Burn Brightly ability to double up our energy counts. And then we've got 2 copies of Choice Belt to modify our damage by 30 more onto opposing Pokemon V. This helps Radiant Charizard hit for 280 on the dot, which is the current magic number. And so everything does have a 3 retreat cost except for Weirdeer, Lumineon, and Crobat, not counting Charmander either. So we are playing 3 copies of Switch. No Air Balloon in this. Air Balloon just doesn't feel very good. It only works on a couple Pokemon. So Switch to be able to move around is definitely essential. And we are playing 1 copy of Escape Rope to also pivot and make them switch around. It could just be a good mind game there. We've got 1 copy of Ordinary Rod to shuffle in energy or Pokemon back into the deck. And this is definitely going to be your way to reuse and abuse Radiant Charizard, or pick up whatever pieces you need from the discard pile and put them back into the deck. And of course, we've got a pal pad here to reuse our supporter cards. Pretty straightforward. And lastly, we have 12 basic fire energy and these super sick Lizardon Mega Battle sleeves from Japan. Got to put the oversleeves on and protect them. But yeah, 12 basic fire energy to get there a lot quicker. And, you know, the more you play, you can usually just discard these instead of anything else for your Ultra Balls and Quick Balls. And then Magma Basin can just start loading up onto the bench too. But yeah, that's the list. It's the last one before we start doing some proxies for Lost Origin. Let me know what you think down below in the comments. And of course, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more TCG and nonsensical random content. But yeah, come hang out with me on Twitch a few days a week. We've been doing a little bit more TCGO and some Unite and some Fall Guys and stuff like that. Link is always down in the description. Join the Discord to share your deck list with me, and maybe one day you'll get featured on the channel. If it's something you want to see me do, is build one of your decks and play with it, then let's do it up. And also, I'm using this new gear overhead thing that we have at work here, so I might be able to record some footage of tournaments in the future here and get them uploaded and edited over onto the channel. But that'll do it for me, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.